last week we were discussing the whole like, okay, you know, we're all 3D printing products and stuff like that. But at what point does it make way more sense to start injection molding stuff versus, 3D printing it? And would you know, what was it? Was it the next day or maybe 2 days afterwards?
I like that
it was
it was
on Friday.
2 days after, because he needed time to hear the podcast, come up with a script, film the video.
Yeah. For anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about 2 or 3 days later, Travis from Shop Nation, but what's his 3D printing channel?
I think it's Shop Nation, isn't it?
Print Farm, I think. No, it's his second channel.
Print Farm
Academy. Yeah, that's it. Print Farm Academy, yeah.
So I guess Travis from Shop Nation has a second YouTube channel called Print Farm Academy, which, you know, it's all 3D printing and how to set up print farm, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Well, right after we had the whole discussion on the podcast, he came out with a video called "Why is 3D Printing So Expensive? Injection Molding Comparison." So in the video, he kind of discusses the whole thing, the startup costs, you know, like manufacturing timelines, everything that goes into injection molding a part versus 3D printing a part. And we were right. The mold or the die is your biggest cost when it comes to 3D print or injection molding. And it could be, what did he say, like $10,000 to $100,000 for a die?
Yeah, I think he said like the cheapest you could get off is like $5,000 on one of those. And that's just like very basic. Yeah.
Wow.
It was,
I think for like the things that he was making, which were just those little fixtures that attach to like a vacuum hose, I think he said it was like $10,000 for that die. And that's like a very, like, it's just a cylinder with like a little screw on the end of it.
Right. What was really cool, Zach, you got to watch the video.
Okay.
You know, obviously the injection molding works is they basically melt the plastic, force it in and stuff like that. When you're doing the threaded part, right? If you would have two parts of a die come together, you jammed a bunch of plastic in it and then you pulled it apart, it would tear the threads out, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you have this mechanical part that's in one half of the die that as it pulls out, it spins out. So you have all these moving parts inside of some of these molds.
Interesting.
To make them super complex. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's very interesting. And
he was interviewing the guy that runs the injection mold plant.
Yeah.
Intersplicing with him talking about it, which was very informative.
Yeah. It was super interesting. And basically to summarize it, it was that you need to have a standardized part that can either be applicable to a lot of different things, or you're just doing so much volume of it that it makes sense.
$10,000 isn't going to matter.
It wasn't like several thousand of them for it to make sense or whatever, Deric?
Yeah, like, well, you're basically spreading that cost of the die and the materials, which is negligible. Like the cost of materials and like having it produced, he said, was like nothing in the grand scheme of it. The die is like, I think like 90% of your cost.
Right.
And you're basically spreading $10,000 across the price of like having all this stuff made. And it's just like, because he was talking about the price of 3D printing it was, let's say, like $1.48, and then the price of having it injection molded minus the cost of the die was like $1 or like 90 something cents. It was like
half,
quite a bit cheaper. Yeah, but the cost of the die is what's killing you, because you need, like, let's say he had 10,000 of these units that he made, which is a lot. Like to sell 10,000 units of something is a lot, especially something as specific as a hose adapter for a specific tool to a specific type of hose would be $1 across each of those added on costs.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need to print it like tens of thousands just to spread that cost out.